What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Apple's at House, and I'm bringing you some more NBA 2K14 Association mode featuring my Pistons. This is episode 3 of Fixing the Pistons. As you see, we're 3-0. We've got wins over teams like Memphis, Boston, and you saw in game number 1 we played Washington and beat the crap out of them as well. So we're looking pretty good after 3 games. But we don't have that signature win yet. We don't know whether we're a contender or just off to a hot start. In today's video, we're taking on the Indiana Pacers, a definite title contender in real life and on the game. They're an 89 overall, and we're gonna see what we can do. We're at the Palace, and we're 3-0. Surprisingly, they're 1-2, but I'm not gonna underestimate any opponent, regardless of record, especially when they're a better team than we are. So we're gonna kick things off, try to get things going like we did last time. Some main things we want to do is limit the success of Paul George, a budding superstar in the NBA. We want to knock down our open jump shots, pass the ball around as we're doing now. Get into our offense early. Not rely on ISO balls. We find Jimmy Butler over there on the side, knocking down the 3. First bucket of the game is swish. Jimmy Butler has been, excellent. You saw in that first video, and there's Jimmy Butler again getting the steal and the finish for the fast break slam. But Butler's been great. He's got the lockdown defender trait, and I love that about him. He's also got a great three-point rating. He can knock down the open triples all day long, which I'm a big fan of. As you see, he gets the open shot, perfect release, and this squish again, knocks down another big-time three-pointer. Mike Conley has been playing out of his mind as well. Another steal right there, this time picking off a pass from George Hill, finishing with a lefty layup, and George Hill decides to goaltend for no apparent reason, just for the fact that, just to do it, I guess, and then looks surprised when he's called for it, whatever. Now we're going to run some pick and roll. We've been attacking at the three-point line. We're going to attack inside. I love Jeff Withey. It was a great pickup from the New Orleans Pelicans just because he's a 7-footer. He blocks shots, and he just makes plays. He can finish the basket, a decent enough rating inside. And you see my newest acquisition, Jordan Farmar, misses the steal, and it leads to a 3 by C.J. Watson, ex-Bulls player, ex-New Jersey Nets guy. And another guy I picked up right here, a big move, I think. I was kind of disappointed I made it at first, but I said forget it. I had to go ahead and get Danny Granger as well from San Antonio, as Josh Smith makes the buzzer beater, surprisingly. At the end of the first quarter, we're leading by 8 points. But back to that trade I made, I also traded Chauncey Billups. I don't know, things just weren't working out. I wasn't a fan of him after a few games. Plus, I'm trade happy. I'm always on the trigger looking to make a move. But I traded him to the Spurs. They actually, offered me Danny Green, a first in 2014 and a first in 2015 as well. I couldn't turn that down. As Josh Smith gets the second quarter started off right with an and one, the basket and the foul over Chris Copeland, who looks a lot like Waka Flocka Flame. I'm just saying. And surprisingly, we get the and one as well to fall, even though he's a 48 overall. But with anybody else, if you get the perfect release, it's going to go in. So that'll be my only way of knocking down free throws with Josh Smith. Just saying. And we got to get an Andre Drummond sighting in there. He finishes off the pick and roll with a nasty slam in traffic, going right over Roy Hibbert. And like I said, what I wanted to do, I wanted to make sure we limited the success of Paul George. And you have not seen him once in this highlight yet. He has not scored a basket at this point. So picking up all the slack is Danny Granger, who goes to the rim looking like 2008 Danny Granger when he made like third-team All-NBA. He's far from that player now. He's more of a complimentary guy. As I find Jimmy Buckets in the corner again for 3, knocking down another one, giving us a 13-point lead. I love this offense. I love this team. Our athleticism is off the charts. We're able to shoot. We got some guys like Chandler and Butler who can shoot. Josh Smith, who I did some some training camps with him or whatever before the year started. So I got his 3 up to like a 71. So he's serviceable from downtown. As I go with Mike Conley there to attack the much bigger George Hill. Backed him down, got the lefty to fall and the foul, knocks down the free throw, and gives us a 7-point advantage with 3 minutes to play in the first half. The lead's still 6 at this point. We're moving the ball around really well. I try to get everybody involved. I'm not playing a lot of ISO ball, which is very easy on 2K. Smooth throws up a 3-pointer, misses, but Kim Faree gets the rebound, the basket, and the foul over Luis Scola. Great play by him as well. I love Kim Faree on this game, just like in real life. The Manimal does such a great job of getting offensive rebounds. Fun fact, which I learned just from playing my games and hearing from the announcers, that as a rookie, Faree came in and led the league in offensive rebounding, which is just crazy. I love it. As you see the great ball movement, and we get the 10-point lead. We're gonna take that lead into the half, and things are looking good. We're locking down one of the best defensive teams in the league. We're scoring, not when we want to, of course, because they can still get the job done defensively, but we're making tons of plays. and knocking out a bunch of three-pointers. Not in a cheesy way like my team or anything. We're just, running sets, and guys are getting open off the pick and roll, off call plays, all that good stuff. And look at Danny Granger getting the second half started off right. In terms of 2K cheese, he's going full speed, one way. He can stop on a dime and do a fadeaway the other way. I'm not going to, complain, whatever, because Ken Fareed's going to come back on the pick and roll and throw down a nasty slam all over David West. So that's what's up. That's how I'll respond to cheesy 2K plays. We got our 5-point advantage. We're going to try to find Ken Fareed again. Look at that pick and roll action. Look at that ball movement. Just looking good out there. Finding Jay Smooth for another three. I know you guys are like, what? Jay Smooth ain't no three-point threat. But like I said, I did one of those training camps with him, and his three went up from like a 68 to a 71 or 72. So that helps. And this defense is just, outstanding. I decided to run some full court press every now and then, and it just wreaks havoc, just like a college team would. And look at Mike Conley taking, who was that, Ian Mahimi, going right by him to the basket. Should have got the foul, to be honest, as well. But knocks down the lefty layup. Another steal right there, ripping George, making George Hill my B, owning him, getting us a 15-point advantage, trying to build as big a lead as possible, because you know how 2K is. Once you get a big lead, they kind of get mad and start taking over and coming back. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm not letting off the gas. I don't care what it looks like. As Mike Conley goes again around the defender, picks up the foul and the basket. We got a lot of and ones this game. We're really good near the basket with guys like Josh Smith, Ken Fareed. Those guys operate near the basket. That's where they're most effective. So, once they attack there, and there's Paul George, the first Paul George sighting of the day. That's his first basket. To hold him without a field goal the first, 18 minutes of our game is awesome. The first 20 plus actually is awesome. But now that he scored, they're gonna try to get him involved more, I'm sure, and we're gonna see what happens in the fourth as the quarter ends. On a good note, we're up by 22, 80-58, and it's looking like a laugher. Like we're gonna run them out of the gym and announce ourselves to the league as a team that's not to be messed with. But you and I both know better than that. If you underestimate 2K for even a second, they'll be right back in the game. Even if you don't underestimate them, they're still going to make enough plays to get back in it. It's a 23-point advantage as we start the fourth quarter. They're throwing oops, in their half-court offense. That's cool, I guess, whatever. We're going to try to limit that because that's really annoying, because I've never been able to do that. Our oops just kind of fly over the backboard or out of bounds or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. Jay Smooth attacks, gets the basket, gives us a 20-point lead. But, further on in the game, it's actually 16, make it a 13-point game now that Danny Granger knocks down another three. Next possession, the very next possession off a miss. In transition, George Hill stops, drops, and pops the triple right in our face, bringing it down to 10. It's 12 at this point, and they're making a frantic attempt to get back in this game. And, it worked. It was 22 at the end of the quarter. It's now 10. I throw the ball away, aimlessly. It leads to a turnover, and it's now an 8-point game. Another missed basket for us. We actually went ice cold in the fourth. Leads to another basket. It's a 96-90 game. We got to make a play. We got to give it to somebody who can score the ball. So we find Jimmy Buckets, who's been doing it all day long. Misses the three, but Ken Fareed down there with his great offensive rebounding ability gets the ball, dishes it back out to Butler, who knocks down the big three. That was huge. So that three right there gives us a 9-point advantage. With just over a minute to play, we're going to try to get one more stop or so. But instead, George Hill, of all people, is open again for three, knocks down another triple, and it's a 6-point advantage. It's going to be a game of free throws. Look at that flop. I got to make him pay for that. Tries to flop and draw a foul in the backcourt, so I find Wilson Chandler, who's been amazing off the bench, hits a three that puts the game away, gives us a 102-93 lead. This point is 102-95. We're running the clock out. They're not going to foul because it's pointless. And just like that, we're going to win our fourth straight game and, pretty much announce to the league that we are a team that's not going to roll over for anybody. We are playing for this year. We're not, tanking or anything, even though we got draft picks and all that. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gone. Peace.